The Diplomatic Ripple, the political significance of Marc Fogel's case. Good evening. Today, we're examining a story that goes beyond the personal ordeal of one man. Marc Fogel, a Pennsylvania schoolteacher, spent over 3 years in a Russian penal colony after being arrested for possessing a small amount of medically prescribed marijuana. His dramatic release on February 11, 2025, isn't just about freedom. It's a landmark moment in international diplomacy and domestic politics.
Marc Fogel's detention began at Moscow's Sheremetyevo airport in August 2021. Found with 17 grams of prescribed medical marijuana, Fogel was convicted on drug trafficking charges and sentenced to 14 years in prison. However, his case soon evolved into much more than a legal dispute. As months turned into years, Fogel became a symbol, a representation of countless American citizens caught in the crossfire of international politics.
Back home, Fogel's detention galvanized bipartisan support. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle, along with grassroots advocates, demanded that his case be re-examined. They pushed for his designation as wrongfully detained, framing his imprisonment as not only an injustice against an ordinary teacher, but as a failure of American diplomatic efforts.
Critics argued that Fogel, often described as a common American citizen, had been neglected compared to higher-profile cases. Yet his release underlines an important political point. The US government is willing to engage directly, even dramatically, in negotiating with adversarial regimes when its citizens are at stake. This move served as both a corrective measure and a powerful signal to American voters that their government is actively defending their rights abroad.
On the international stage, Fogel's release was orchestrated by a special envoy from President Trump's administration. The deal was hailed as a show of good faith from Russia, a diplomatic olive branch amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. President Trump himself linked Fogel's freedom to a potential thaw in US-Russia relations, suggesting that every freed American could pave the way toward de-escalating global tensions.
This case highlights a broader strategy where prisoner exchanges become more than transactional deals. They are tools in the diplomatic arsenal, offering both a humanitarian victory and a subtle shift in geopolitical dynamics. Fogel's release sends a clear message. The US is prepared to leverage its diplomatic channels to protect its citizens and signal readiness to negotiate, even with traditional adversaries.
In summary, the Marc Fogel case is politically significant on multiple fronts. Domestically, it reinforces the power of bipartisan advocacy and public pressure. Internationally, it represents a strategic maneuver in the delicate dance of US-Russia diplomacy. As we continue to watch these developments, one thing is clear. The liberation of one man can echo far beyond his personal story, influencing policies and international relations for years to come.